A very good evening. We are coming to you live from Mirage Hotel, and today we are here. And guys, as we always say, that Mirage is the best place in Kisumu, where you will meet very different people with different personalities, and that is what we are bringing to you. So this evening, Maze, welcome, and welcome again to Rickman KE TV on YouTube. And guys, like our channel, and you really like the stories that we are bringing to you today. We are having one and only Obungu Owich, the red beret. Yani huyu jamaa kuna majina kama 20. Is the one going to vie for MCA Kondele, vying for the post of the MCA. Mheshimiwa.
Yeah.
Karibu sana sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
And the people, the great people of Kisumu County.
Yeah.
My name is Sospita Obungu Owich.
Sospita
Obungu Owich, aka Rayirod Nyatanga, and the Red Beret Commander.
The Red Beret Commander.
And
the
Kisumu Central Organizing Secretary. Yeah. So I have a lot of titles, just just the same way you've said about it.
Yeah. I've been hearing different names, but meaning the person ni yule tu mmoja.
Yeah.
So guys, Obungu Owich is going to vie for the MCA seat, Kondele Ward.
Yeah.
And there's nobody in this country who doesn't know Kondele.
Yeah.
And I think that is what he wants to change. The face. That is the face that he wants to change. Yeah. The face of Kondele and the name that it has been given before. And now the new face is coming in. Maybe the guy who has been there hasn't done enough, but he will let us know. So, Mheshimiwa.
Yeah.
So, tuambie kidogo.
Yeah.
Mbona uende MCA na your brother is there, and or you feel like there's something that he has not done and you want to do it?
First, let me talk something small about Kondele. There is a perception that whenever you talk about Kondele, Kondele is a bad place.
Yeah.
Kondele isn't that bad. It is only a place whereby people do business. It's a place whereby political statements are always made. It's historic in the sense that whenever Baba wants to communicate, he always comes to its bedroom. So Kondele is his bedroom, and every time he wants to communicate to the country, then he always comes there to communicate. So that is something that I must put straight, so that our viewers and everybody who gets to listen to us can be in a position of knowing that. Let me also tell you that Obungu Owich, as the name goes, Obungu Owich is a person who was born in Kisumu County. I was born and bred in Kondele Ward, Manyata specifically. I started my early childhood education at Kusao Primary. I've been there doing business. All this while, I've just been in Kisumu, and particularly in Kondele Ward. And I've seen nothing bad in Kondele, the very way people always talk about it. Just to take you up to speed about what Kondele entails. The reason why I think I should be going for this position, it started developing into my mind in 2017. When I sat down as somebody who grew in Kondele Ward, then I saw that there were a lot of leadership gap. Some of the things that were there that really convinced me to go for this position is simply because of the lack of a good leadership style, in the sense that matters touching on youth unemployment is something that is that is something that is in Kondele Ward. Another thing, our women are not fully empowered. Matters touching on road networks, drainage patterns, sewer lines, street lighting, insecurity, bad governance in totality. All these has attracted me to just present myself to the electorate so that they can elect me as one of their own in the position of the MCA. So just in a nutshell, the current MCA hasn't done better. He hasn't done something that is worth appreciated. And then for that reason, that is why come 2022, this April 16th of this month, I will present myself to the electorates to vote me in at the party primaries, ODM party primaries.
Wow, that's awesome. So meaning you're not a stranger who is just walked into Kondele, and you are going there knowing what is happening in Kondele. You've grown up there, and it's just going to be amazing. You know, it's easier to change a place where you grew up in, and you've seen the challenges and you know it. So what are some of the criteria that you've been using or for your campaign trails?
When you traverse the entire Kondele Ward, then you'll get to know who Obungu is, because I've always been with my people through and through, in whichever function, name every kind of function, be it federal, any other forum that our people are, Obungu Owich is always there. Whenever our people whenever our people feel that all that they want are not done the very way, they always come to me to push for those matters, to press on for those matters. I'm also a human rights activist, and through that network, I've always been advocating for the rights of our people. Whenever I feel that their rights are infringed, then I always come very forward and speak about it very boldly, without any fear or favor. So all these problems that our people are seeing in Kondele Ward, there is a way that I'm going to find myself into a position to fix them. One of the very most important problems that I've identified currently is that Kondele Ward lacks an office. It lacks an office. The MCA has got no office to operate in.
So is the MCA and there's no office in the ward?
There is no office. What is called an office is just somebody's house that is being rented, but the rents are never paid. There is a total accumulation of 250,000 that has never been paid to the landlord. Medega, who is the landlord of that houses, have never been paid. And so, if given the opportunity to become the MCA for Kondele Ward, I will bring the stakeholders together, then we form up a committee that will look into it, that we find a free parcel of land that we can put up an office. And that office will have a space. And out of that space that I will serve through as their elected representative, we will also have a community hall. That community hall will serve the youths together with the women during their meetings that they'll be doing. We will offer that all free of charge for the women groups and the youth groups. We'll also have a space within the building for community library, whereby our children will be coming there at least to get some books, to read some books, so that they can get equipped with different sorts of knowledge. Another last part of it is that we'll have a resource center. Out of that resource center, our people will come there and at least try to exchange and get the knowledge in terms of ICT, and to check through the computer system, so that they can borrow the knowledge that is in the computers. That is also another important thing. Another second point that I'll do in Kondele, if given the opportunity, is to look into another free parcel of land whereby we'll put 2 different offices for the village administrators, which will make it possible for the village administrators to discharge the functions of those different offices, because currently they lack an office and they are sitting in the office of the ward administrator. A very small sketch of an office that is not even able, that they are not even able to provide all that they're supposed to be providing in the name of service delivery. Therefore, if given the opportunity, I'll make sure that all those are corrected.
So if I may ask, there is this money that is always coming from the county government to the wards, and this money comes through the ward admin. How are you planning to change how this money will always be used by the ward admin, so that you make sure these our youths, they get something out of this money that is allocated for them, or even for the ward? Because it's like there's that amount of 50 million that is always going to the wards to develop different activities. How are you planning to make sure that this money will help these youths? Because we have 2 different types of youths. We have these youths that have jobs, and there's this group that they don't have jobs and they don't have papers. Then there's another group that they have papers and they don't have jobs.
My plan for the young people, before I even address that, my plan for the young people is that if given the opportunity, I will make sure that I organize for a youth conference, a Vijana Kikao, that will pull up about 2,000 youths from Kondele Ward, just about 2,000, but the number is more than that. But we'll pull up 2,000 youths who will come together so that we discuss ideas that can empower them. I will talk to the Ministry of Youth through the county and the national government, who will in the return come to that forum to exchange ideas with the youths and tell them that instead of them being job seekers, they need to be job creators. Out of such kind of ideas and exchange programs, then our youths at the end of the day, we will try to tell them that instead of being handout seekers, they need to have something that can sustain them at the end of the day. So the money that you're talking about is 20 million for Ward Development Fund, though it is not anchored in the constitution currently as we speak, but it is always it has been 20,000 that always come to different wards, and this money, it comes with a program, already a set policy on what it's supposed to be doing for the programs in the ward, not specifically for the youths. So as to me, I will make sure that youths have different programs that they will be engaged through in the ward if given that mandate. First of the program is just to identify those that are having different talents. For example, the footballers that are in the ward, we will make sure that we have programs that can sustain and help them to nurture the different talents that they have in the ward.
How about coming up with different institutes that maybe these youths who are not having papers, they can go there, do plumbering, masonry. Are you having such plans in your mind so that our youths, this issue of unemployment, be dealt with completely?
Currently, as we speak, there is a vocational training programs within the county, and we have Rotary, whereby our youths are always being given opportunity. We get the opportunity through different wards, and even Kondele Ward, they always get the chances to go there. The problem is that those that are always being given these opportunities, some of them, they come, they register themselves, but at the end of it all, they run away. So mine is just to encourage the youths that are there, that you cannot, all of us cannot do cannot do white collar jobs, because white collar jobs are not there in numbers, and the number of youths is that big. The 70% of the total population of this country is about 70% comprised of is composed of the young people. So it is not very easy for all of them to be employed. So I will just tell these youths that any kind of opportunity that comes your way, please always try to utilize it. If it is an opportunity that you get through the vocational training, please go there and always get the courses that are there. Out of those courses that you get through the trainings, they will help you in your near future.
Guys, as we continue, go to our YouTube channel, Rickman KE. Guys, subscribe to our link and share it out, because we will be bringing you people with different personalities, and they will be sharing the knowledge and their talents, and just sharing the stories, how it has been. Because like our brother here, who is a young man amongst the youths who are now vying for the position of the MCA, this is what we encourage. Youths come out in large numbers. And Mheshimiwa, back to you. We were doing registration. As far as we are concerned, we get to understand that there are a number of youths who never went out there to register as voters. I don't know, what was your take, or how did you participate to make sure that a good number was out there and registered as voters?
As a Red Beret commander, and the Red Beret movement is just a lobby group with like-minded and vision-oriented aspiring candidates for different elective positions. So we came up together, and out of the lobby group, which I'm the leader, we sat down and we said that we must do this thorough process of voter mobilization and ID cards registration. So out of that process, we made sure that various young people that have not registered as voters of this country gets registered. So I want to tell you that there were challenges because we traversed most part of Kisumu County, but in the process we realized that most youths are not registered, and the very reasons that they have for them not to register for this coming election is that most of them are disappointed. They say that even if they vote, then they'll not get any job opportunity. All that they want is to be employed. So we made sure that we tried to convince them so that they get registered to vote, because I told them that Raila Amolo Odinga is going to be the president of this country, and through Raila Amolo Odinga, most of you are going to get job opportunities that are going to be offered. So just get registered. We'll make sure that even if not all of us get into positions that we are desiring to go to, but we will make sure that at the end of the day we push for your interest as a young people, so that you get into the positions that you've always wanted. So ideally, it is true that not every youth that are outside there are registered as voters, despite them reaching the age of 18 years. Most of them did not even attempt to go and register. It was very hectic for them, because we tried to convince them, but it was not very easy. It was very hectic indeed.
So again, Mheshimiwa, if I may ask, maybe you speak to your voters, the youths in Kondele, maybe now waongeleshe kwa Kiswahili ama ile lugha yenye sasa wanaelewa vizuri, utawaambia nini?
Kwa mbogi ambao wako pale Kondele, ningependa kuambia kwamba uongozi bora ni ile uongozi yenye vijana wanakuja na wanaketi chini na wanasema yale yote ambayo wanataka. Kwa hivyo mimi nimejitoa na nimekuja kwenu na nawaambia kwamba ni muda ambapo imefika sasa, munipatie hii uongozi, nije nikae kama kiongozi ambaye anaweza akawasaidia kwa wakati wowote wa kila shida ambayo inawakumba, haswa kukosa kazi, ukosefu wa kazi. Ninawaambia kwamba iwapo mmenipa hiyo uongozi, nitakuja kuketi chini pamoja nanyi na tukae chini na tuangalie kwamba ni yapi ambayo tunaweza tukayaongelea na ni vipi tunaweza tukayatatua haya shida yote yanatukumba kama vijana. Hiyo itakuwa mbele, na nitahakikisha kwamba sio vijana wote ambao watakuwa Kondele Ward watapata kazi. Wale ambao watapata kazi nita-organize myself na tuwaweke katika programs tofauti, sustainable development programs zenye zitawasaidia at the end of the day, because all that I want is to remove them from being handout seekers, ni watoe katika ile kazi ya kuombaomba kila wakati. Wakiona viongozi wao ni kuona kwamba viongozi ni wale wanafaa kuwapa shilingi 50. Mimi nasema kwamba mkinichagua nitawatoa katika hiyo fikra ya shilingi 50 na niwaweke katika fikra ya kujitengenezea pesa yenu ya kujimudu. Kwa hivyo mimi kwangu ni uongozi bora, sio bora uongozi. Kwangu ni uongozi bora ile yenye naweza kaleta ile raha katika nyuso zenu, si ile ya kila wakati mkiniona nyuso zenu machozi yanatiririka. Kwa hivyo mimi nawahakikishia kwamba mkinipigia kura tarehe 16 mwezi wa 4, mtajipendelea na itakuwa ni kwa upendeleo kwenu kwamba nyinyi pia mmeona mmemchagua yule kiongozi ambaye anafaa.
And maybe another last or amongst our last questions, how do you handle criticism? Because I know wewe umejitolea mahanga kama Obungu Rayer, unataka kusaidia vijana, but kuna this group of people when they will always come to criticize, in as much as I know you work with youths everywhere, but there are these people who still will come and criticize everything that you're doing. How do you handle that?
Wacha nikwambie rafiki yangu, ama let me just tell you, in politics, if you fear criticism, then you'll not go far. You must be criticized, and criticism is always very positive and negative. Provided that the criticism is very positive, then there is no cause for alarm. You need not to fear about it. But if it is negative, then you find a way of controlling it, because there are people who even when you do good, they'll always be criticizing you through and through. So criticism is never a problem. Even Raila Amolo Odinga has done so much for this country that he needs to be praised through and through. But several people always abuse him. He gets a lot of insults. He gets a lot of critics who always criticizes him, even on things that he has never talked of. So in terms of criticism, then as for me, I know I'm a politician. I also criticize people because I work through a foundation that is on to advocate for the rights of our people in the community. So each and every time that I feel that the rights of our people are being infringed, then I also criticize those that are in those positions, and I try to hold them accountable. So in terms of criticism, that is obvious.
That's awesome. So our last and maybe now a topic of discussion kidogo tu, there was this rumors that was going around that Kondele, the family, they want to change the name of the place. How true is that, and how far has the case gone to?
The name Kondele is a very famous name, and it came out from Amze that is that an old mzee who resides opposite Donna or Oasis around that area. But that name has existed now, and even if he tries to change it, then it can never get out of the books. That name is there. Even if it goes to court, then that name will still exist. You know, there are names that even when you try to erase them, then they'll just remain in record. For example, there is a name that is referred to as Kusao Primary. The name Kusao Primary, and that name came out of Mzee that was the owner of that place. So out of his benevolent ideas, then he gave a parcel of land that later on later on turned into be a primary school. So that name is Kusao Primary School. The same way Kondele Market. So even however they will try to go to court to change that name, then still there will be no much impact. The name will just still remain. As for me, I don't see any bone of contention in that, because there is nothing that people gets out of that name. So why must they go to court to change that name? After all, how is it affecting the family? Because nobody is using that name badly. Nobody is extorting somebody. There is no extortion. There is nothing that is infringing on the right of the Ondele's family. So there is no way that they're supposed to be changing that name. As for me, that is my personal opinion. They just need to leave that name the way it is.
So my fellow youths, tujitokeze, we vote Obungu in. Obungu amejitokelezea as one of us as youths, so that we vote him in to take the position of the MCA. Thank you sana Mheshimiwa for coming.
Just as a parting shot, I've not elaborated completely my manifesto or what I intend to achieve if given the opportunity as the MCA for Kondele Ward. You know, there are three very fundamental roles of an MCA. One is legislation, two is oversight, and three is representation. So we have legislation, oversight, and what? Representation, legislation, and oversight. Out of those three things, I've categorized my manifesto based on the three areas. So I have an elaborate program for my people, and I call it 10-point agenda for my people. It is a commitment that if they give me the opportunity, then I'll be able to discharge my function of that office based on the 10-point agenda that I've tried to put across. So hopefully I will invite you one of these fine days before I launch it. Then I'll be able to share with the people on what I'm going to do. But out of the 2 points, that is looking for free parcel of land to put up Kondele Ward Office and the 2 village administrators office. I also have a one which is key to my heart, just ensuring that Kondele becomes a gazetted market. Currently, as we speak, Kondele is a road reserve. And the very way Maendeleo Market was a road reserve, out of the good heart and the goodwill between Honorable Mheshimiwa Setho Chieng Kangalaya Sadui, he did sat down with the governor and the stakeholders of Market Milimani. Then they made sure that Maendeleo became a market, a gazetted market. I'm also looking upon a way whereby if I get the opportunity as the MCA for Kondele Ward, then I'll be able to lobby and organize myself and meet even the governor, the national government officials, the MCA, and any other kind of person whom we can share the ideas together and organize myself in through a legislation that I will table in the county assembly that will eventually make sure that Kondele becomes a gazetted market. Out of it, as a gazetted market, we will make sure that we have abolition block. Currently, as we speak, Kondele doesn't have an abolition block. People are doing business, they don't have abolition block, which is health hazardous. We cannot do market, we cannot do business where there is no toilet. If there is cholera outbreak, then our people will die in the market. So if given the opportunity, we must make sure that Kondele becomes a gazetted market. After putting it as a gazetted market, we put up a tapped water. Then we organize for the abolition block. Then we organize for the cleanup the market must be clean, and any other kind of thing that, and we will also put a mobile clinic which will be standby in the market for any kind of minor accident that occurs in the market. Then our women, youths, and those that are operating in the market will find some healthcare services out of the mobile clinic that will be there. So I have a lot of things, and generally, lastly, what is most important that has left devolution not to be the very way the anchors of devolution put it into place is the conflict of interest. Currently, our MCAs are the ones who are doing contracts. You don't expect to do a contract and oversight yourself. So as for me, I say contracts will be left for the contractors, and as for me, I will be left with an oversight role, so that at the end of it all tenders in Kondele Ward will be implemented as per the law. I will make sure that out of the goodwill that my people will put into me if elected, I will organize myself and identify. Let me talk about Shovco as an organization, talk of Boda, then I talk of women groups, the youth groups, the ODM party, the clergy, the CSOs, civil society organization, and all sectors that represent Kondele Ward. Then we'll put them together and we organize ourselves in the name of Project Management Committee. This Project Management Committee, Project Implementation Committee, this Project Implementation Committee will see to it that all projects that are put in Kondele Ward are implemented, and at the end of it all, there is value for money, and all projects in Kondele Ward are there to be seen, and everybody that is in Kondele will be happy at the end of it all that their monies have been used and worked on properly. So that is the way that I've organized myself to make sure that at the end of it all, proper service delivery is done and it is achieved, and the real impact and spirit and latter of the devolution is realized at the end of the day.
Wow.
Thank you.
Mheshimiwa, you are very articulate. How I wish these youths could really understand that. I've heard it, and it's very articulate. We are wishing you all the best as Rickman KE and my whole team. We really wish you the best.
Thank you. Just lastly, thank you, and may God bless you. As an ODM member, I wish to tell the people that are in Kondele Ward that for you to vote for the party primaries, you must register as an ODM member. And for you to register as an ODM member, you must dial star 483, then star 036 hash. If you don't dial,
just repeat to them maybe.
Star 483, then star 036 hash. If you want to vote in during the ODM party primaries, you must register using those figures. If you don't register, then you'll not vote the party primaries. Then that is my humble plea to our people that are out there. Please make sure that you register for the party. And mwisho nawaambia kwamba tafadhali munipigie kura. Mimi ni mbogi wenu na nimezaliwa pale, nimekuwa pale, biashara zangu nazifanya pale, shida zenu nazitambua vizuri, na mkinichagua munipe hiyo uongozi ni kwa MCA wenu wa Kondele Ward, yote shida zenu pale chini itakuwa imetatulika. Asanteni.
Thank you so much, Mheshimiwa, for coming. Thank you again. And you anytime you want to do any program out there, you can always link us. Then we air it out. We really appreciate your time.
I like your programs, and it's good. I will support it. I will involve some of my good friends.
Thank you.
I will tell them that they reach you, so that you also get to interact with them.
Thank you so much,
sir. At the end of it all, what is important is interaction.
Exactly.
Just to exchange ideas.
So
I will tell various youths, as you can see from wherever I was seated there, we have the Red Beret members. So the Red Beret members that are there, I'm also going just to address them now, and to tell them that you have a very good platform, that they need to reach you, so that so many youths that are outside there can also get to listen to what you are trying to do for the community.
Thank you so much, Mheshimiwa. Thank you, guys. That was our time with Mheshimiwa Obungu Owich Rayer, aka the Red Beret. So anaenda kusimama MCA pale Kondele. Guys, just go there and register first as a ODM member and vote him during the party primaries. As we wind up, thanks so much for watching. This is Rickman KE, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we will be bringing you more and more stories and more trending news and more interviews, different people with different personalities. Thank you so much for watching.